Today is the day after Mother's Day. It's Monday. I'm recording now on Monday. In the episode before, last episode, we shot a 9mm gun on the street that is where I bought a homestead property, an off-grid property. And I'm headed back to Milwaukee to try to get there before Memorial Day because we're gonna have a party for one of my best friend's birthdays on Memorial Day. So all those things are kind of coming together, and it made me think about my grandpa's funeral when I was younger. Both my parents have passed now, and obviously on Mother's Day, I think about my mom. And my mom's father passed away when I think I was around fourth grade. And I remember getting pulled out of school in the middle of the day and going up there with my siblings. I have two brothers and a sister. And we went to see him, and he was in a hospital room. And we stayed there for a few days because he passed away right away. And then we stayed there for the funeral. The first gunshot I had ever heard was at his funeral. I didn't really know about war, and I didn't know about military. My dad's father had some military stuff in his closet, and in my dad's closet that we would go over and look at, and it was a sword and a gun, and so that was about all I knew at that point. All the soldiers that were there were dressed in uniform, and I didn't know anything about patriotism. I don't think I knew anything about patriotism. And I watched, every time a soldier went by, they were in wheelchairs and walkers. And every time they went by, everybody stood up and showed them the utmost respect and told them that they, respected their service and they thanked them for their service. And I didn't know what that was. I didn't know anything about that at the time. I just knew that there was a reverence with every single individual that came across someone in uniform, instantly stood up and showed respect. That's what I perceived at the time. And then we went to go bury the coffin, and they had the flag where they pulled the flag off of the coffin, and they went to hand it to my grandmother. And 7 of the soldiers stood up and went to shoot the first of the 3 rounds of the 21 gun salute. And I remember watching them stand. First, I was stunned that they could stand because they had been in wheelchairs all day and walkers, and they stood like they were young men. Then the first shot went out. The first of the first 7 shots went out, and my mom grabbed my arm really hard, and I looked up at her. She was crying. And then the second shot went out, and we all jumped like that, and the third shot went out, and we all jumped, and you looked around, and there wasn't a dry eye in the crowd. Everybody was crying. Man, woman, everybody. When I hear the word patriot, that's what I think about. I think about that moment. And yeah, that's what I think about.